My superior loved tricking me into wearing tight-fitting pencil skirts to serve wine to sleazy clients while sticking close to them. Then she would hint that I was single and a valid target while she excitedly waited for the clients to make a move on me. It was all in the name of checking the integrity of the clients and whether they were worthy business partners or not. The moment a client fell for it, she would rush over with righteous anger and throw wine in their faces. Then, she would lecture me with a voice heavy with anguish. Do you lack money so much that you'd throw your dignity away just for better results? She would trample all over my dignity to set up her image as a refined, noble woman. This time, she even prepared a gown with a super low neckline and pushed me to serve a client with a rich and powerful background. She threatened me by saying that if I did not go, she would deduct my bonus for 3 whole months of full attendance. But when I saw the familiar cold man sitting in the seat of honor, it was my turn to laugh. If my brother saw me serving wine in this kind of dress, I did not doubt that by tomorrow the company would be under my name. Joy Clark held up a skimpy gown with a deep V neckline in her hands and stared at me with disappointment as we stood in the washroom. Ninian, we need Mr. Xander to help us hit our KPI for the next year. Don't screw things up today. As she spoke, she yanked off my blazer and stuffed that crass gown into my arms. When it comes to business negotiations, you need to be softer. If you look so drab, the client won't be in the mood. We won't be able to negotiate anything that way. The gown was so thin that it looked like it was made of gauze. I could tell that it was not very proper. Joy had covered every part of her skin and made herself look like a professional while preparing to pose me as a bar girl. Miss Clark, the collar is too low and the hem is too short. I'll be flashing myself when I sit down, I said coolly. But Joy just snickered in disdain and urged, you don't have to be scared. I'm here, aren't I? We're testing our clients here. If Mr. Xander is a gentleman, he won't let his eyes wander. But if he's a pervert, I'll definitely step forward to protect you. She only ever stepped forward when the clients were about to touch my thigh. She also hinted to the clients every single time that I was a promiscuous woman and tempted them to make a move on me. I was not an idiot. I had already been taken advantage of twice. How could I not have learned my lesson by this time? But this time, the client was my own brother. Fine, I'll wear it. I took the gown and smiled. Perhaps thinking that I had finally fallen for her lies, Joy nodded in satisfaction before pushing me into a stall. Through the door, I could hear her sending voice messages. Her voice was barely a whisper. Don't worry, I'll have Ninian toast Mr. Xander later. No man can keep their hands to themselves. The moment he makes a move on Ninian, I'll have a reason to lower the price he offered and even set up the company's prestige. I sneered inwardly. I only moved out to gain experience because I did not want to depend on my family to survive. I wanted to try renting a place and living on my own. No one ever taught me how to deal with professional clients. In the past, I was worried that people might make things difficult for me, so I tolerated everything Joy threw at me. But today, I took out my phone and sent a text to the first contact on my phone. Henry, my dear brother, I'm going to show you something fun later. Make sure you're ready for it. Ishru, that was Henry's reply. The negotiation was set in the most luxurious club in the downtown area. When I walked into the banquet hall, I saw a man with a cold demeanor sitting in the seat of honor. That was Henry Xander, my brother. He had left the family to build his own business. The moment we walked in, Joy pushed me over to Henry. Mr. Xander, this is Ninian. She's from my department. She's single and idolizes business legends like you. She'll be serving you tonight. Just tell her what you want. Joy put an extra emphasis on the words single and what you want. If Henry were another sleazy client, he might have gone with the flow and made a move on me. Go and serve Mr. Xander. Be smart. Why are you still standing there and daydreaming? She shoved a glass of red wine into my hands. I held the glass and walked to the seat of honor. My colleagues shot me strange looks. When I arrived in front of Henry, he looked up. The moment our gazes met, his eyes landed on my gown and its stupidly low V-line for a moment. Then he tightened his grip so hard on his wine glass that his veins bulged. I could almost hear him gnashing his teeth. Just when I was about to speak, Henry suddenly removed his blazer. Wear it! He growled with suppressed anger. But that move ended up as a signal for Joy. Mr. Xander, please keep